Hello, everyone here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri. Here, since last episode, finished up the sunflower harvest here. Obviously, didn't take a whole lot longer to get that done here. Working on unloading the combine here at the moment, and then the grain cart was behind me. Probably still is, I imagine. It will be unloading as well. I'm just gonna unload the combine myself here. No, or over here. Let's pull that header up here as well. Yeah, there comes the grain cart. He should be going to unload here. I didn't tell him to unload me, so we'll see what he actually does here. We are joined by the boss baby here today as well. Oh, I guess she's not going to say nothing at the moment, but she is here, so as usual. Okay. I'll just pull this combine out of the way for now. Define out of the way, I guess. Probably just park it up on the field here. And then probably off camera, and I'll drive it up to the farm, park it up there somewhere. Usually put it in the shed. So, yeah, it looks like as good a spot as any. And I'm going to turn this truck on here, too, before I forget. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Okay, he's going to go unload. He probably has to. I don't think he'll quite be able to hold what's in that grain cart there. So, it'd be 2 trips regardless anyway. So, either he makes it now or he makes it in a couple of seconds when the grain cart starts unloading. So, yeah, looks like I got the combine. That's why I did not leave the combine in this grassy strip here, by the way, because I knew the truck came through there. Okay, and then also, you probably see I got the baler going in the right over here. He's working on, I guess, is working on baling up our grass over here. We are turning that into silage bales here. Round silage bales here. Of course, the plan will be to sell these here again like we did the last time. Just a little extra income, right? I mean, nobody complains about a little extra income. Just the one little grass field we got over here. Got the Case Puma 260 working on this here. Running the John Deere. Was this a C441R round baler? Can't say I'm particularly familiar or I've seen one of these machines here, so. Part of that is probably I don't think we really do like silage bales or a whole lot around where I live, everyone. We do bales. We got hay bales. We do straw bales, round and squares, of course, all that good stuff. But you really don't see, actually, silage bales. So, we're not wrapping a whole lot of bales around where I live, usually. There's a couple of farmers that do, but it's, I would say, rather rare. Usually when it comes to silage off of hay, it's usually getting chopped. Same thing goes for corn, of course, as well. You're chopping the corn, you're chopping the hay. So, not usually baling it like this. So, yeah, I consider this probably more of a European process here, maybe. I don't know. You folks can let me know down in the comments here. Like I said, I'm not particularly familiar with it, but, and again, at least around where I live, it's I would not say particularly common either. Anyway, we'll leave the hired worker to that. And when I say hired worker, Courseplay is working on this here, by the way. That, again, this is why I wanted Courseplay to run the mower one. That way, Courseplay. One moment here, move something here so the boss baby doesn't get into something. So, yeah. That's why I wanted, again, Courseplay to mow, so that way I can follow this right up with the baler. Okay, anyway, I'm going to hop over to the Big Bud 650/50 over here, and we are going to continue working on plowing. Got this started here in between episodes. I can see we don't have a whole lot left on this field here, so we'll probably knock this out pretty quick. And again, we bought this here last time we were plowing. When I say this, I'm talking about the tractor. We bought this tractor here last time so we could pull this particular ripper / plow here. Obviously in the game, everyone's kind of considered a plow, right? Real life, having this is more of a deep ripper here. But yeah, we got this tractor so we can pull it with. None of our other tractors seem to really pull this up particularly well. But yeah, the Big Bud doesn't seem to struggle at all. I mean, to be expected, right? The Big Bud's just like, hold my beer, watch me go. Speaking of Big Bud, well, actually, you know what? That is not the line I want. Come on. There we go. That's the line I wanted. Okay, speaking of Big Bud, there one. Not a tractor brand you really see a whole lot of around where I live. Not familiar with this one at all. I mean, obviously I'm familiar. I know what Big Bud is and all that good stuff, but yeah, just don't have these type of tractors around where I live too much. I would say they're probably more of an out west tractor where they're pulling the big air seeders and stuff like that. You know, the big articulated tractors are needed. Yeah, the boss baby's got things to say, you know. I have to say, this is another one of those jobs that's kind of fun. Just, you know, going up and down the field. Running the plow here. Again, I do kind of like the paint scheme here on this tractor. Although, as I've said many, many times before, I do question the part right here, right? Yeah, I'm not sure, you know, what is up with that, right? Oh, and I should probably mention here too, oh, okay, it just disappeared. I was just going to say here before it disappeared there, this is a comment I get a lot on the live streams, Evan. I don't know that I get it so much here on the videos because you folks probably keep watching, and by the time you get time to comment, you're like, oh, it's already fixed itself, right? But whenever I live stream on various maps, and it doesn't multiplayer as well, and you probably just noticed it there, you know, hey, you forgot to lower your plow down or something, you know, it's not working, blah, blah, blah. Well, which is true sometimes, by the way. Definitely true. Sometimes I do forget to lower it down. Sometimes it is not working. But in this case, Evan, I do have it lowered down. It should be working. It just, it does not update the ground texture. And if you notice, it does remove the stubble. So the stubble is gone. It just has not actually added the plow texture to the ground here. I don't know why it does this. I say sometimes, but it does this a lot, right? And like in this case, it's really bad. Like it hasn't even updated where we started here yet. I'm not sure when it is going to update here. Usually it doesn't do that bad. Like, wow, that whole strip of one we just... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Now it's starting to update. You can see it down there. Oh, there. Yeah, now it's updated. Why it does that one, I don't know. Anyone else have that problem, or is that just me? Like, is that just something wrong with my game, or does that do that for everybody? I'm hoping it does it for everybody, because otherwise, if it's just my game, oh boy. I don't know why or what's causing that. I believe it was the end of last episode when I was mentioning I upgraded my computer here this past weekend. And I say upgraded, Evan. You folks can debate me in the comments if that's an upgrade here or not. But I went from an Intel 13900 KF CPU to an Intel Core Ultra i7 265. So a Intel Core i9 13900 KF. K and KF are both the same, by the way. The F just means it does not have an integrated graphics processor. That is the difference between those. And then I upgraded to and I say upgraded here, I've upgraded to an Intel Core Ultra i7 265. So yeah, again, the 265. They do have the i9 285, I do believe. I ended up going with the 265. Which, of course, is the newer CPU, but Intel's newest CPUs seem to be a bit lackluster as far as upgrades are concerned. Like, the Core Ultra series is not particularly, in fact, debatably, no faster than the previous generation. With that being said, I'm exceedingly happy with the performance of the upgrade here. And again, is it an upgrade, Evan? I don't know. But yeah, quite happy with the performance. Well, just the upgrade in general, I guess. I don't know if I'm noticing a whole lot of performance increases. But the main reason I upgraded that one, reduced the amount of power. That Intel 13900 KF was definitely a power-hungry CPU. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I tripped the overload several times on my computer because of it. And I say because of it. I mean, technically, it's because of it. Graphics, you know, everything else in the computer as well, right? So it's not just the CPU, but... And then also switched it out to hopefully reduce the amount of heat going into my office here as well. Come summertime, everyone, especially with that 13900 KF, it throws off an ungodly amount of heat. So I'm hoping with the 265 it'll be much cooler. This will actually probably be the first day I'm really getting a good opportunity to test this here. It is a particularly hot day outside. And so far, I mean, I've just started playing here, and we're only, what, a few minutes into this episode. So, not probably a good indicator here yet, but so far the office is remaining perfectly cool. No complaints on my part. Along with that upgrade, Evan, obviously went with a new motherboard as well. I mean, Intel side of things, Evan, anytime you upgrade your CPU, it pretty much means a new motherboard. So, and yeah, for those of you build computers and familiar with that type of thing, you kind of know that. AMD is a little bit nicer in that regard. I mean, a lot of times AMD side of things, you don't necessarily always need a new motherboard. AMD, you can usually put several generations worth of CPUs in the same board. Not usually the case with Intel. Intel sometimes one, maybe two generations at most, and then it's new motherboard time. So in my case, someone, like I said, upgraded my motherboard as well. Went with a MSI Pro, or a Z890, I'm sorry, Z890 Pro. A Wi-Fi edition. Okay, now you're in the way. Oh, wait. Speaking of in the way, what's going on over here? Stuck on the bridge. Yeah. Okay. Solved, hopefully. Well, I guess I'll have to move this combine here. Might as well, you know what, I'll just take it back to the farm right now, When figure we'll start plowing on this field here next, and that combine's kind of in the way. Going back to the computer upgrade topic, though, along with the CPU and motherboard, also upgraded my cooling as well. Originally on the 13900 KF, everyone, I had a Corsair all-in-one 360 cooler. And on that radiator, I had push-pull fans. For those of you maybe not familiar with what that means, I had a set of fans, top and bottom, on that radiator. So we were pushing... what she said. Pushing and pulling through the radiator. Ooh, do I have to, you know what? I should probably fold this down, I'm thinking. Don't need to be rearranging our grain tank here now. Very real thing that happens, by the way. There's definitely been more than a few farmers that have rearranged their grain tank there on their combines, entering and exiting buildings and such. Okay, let's see what's here. Oh, that's right. We're waiting for the truck to come back. Okay, well, I guess we could just start on a different field. You know, we got field 1 over here. I think is it field 1? Yeah, field 1, I believe. Yep, field 1. Maybe we'll just go over to that field there first. I didn't realize we're waiting for the grain cart there as well. I thought the truck would have been, you know, back by now and unloaded, and yeah, what do I know, right? What do I know? Probably would have been if it wasn't stuck on that fence there on the bridge. Anyway, again, back to my upgrade, Evan. Like I said, upgraded the Corsair cooler. Went with a Noctua. Noctua NHD 15. I believe that's the numbers. That is the big 140 millimeter dual fan Noctua cooler there. Got a really, really good deal on it. Like a smoking good deal on it. Initially, I was thinking I was going to go with a different cooler, because for those who are familiar with the Noctua, it's a bit pricey. And I'm like, oh boy, I don't know if I can justify spending. I mean, the big knock to a cooler is having pretty much as expensive, if not more expensive, than a liquid cooler, right? So, like, for the price of that, you might as well go with a liquid cooler. But kind of wanted to go fan cooled here this time around. And for those who wondered, by the way, I did not get the poop brown colored Noctua. Again, I'm not sure who in their right mind is putting that in their computer, but yeah, we'll be sure to send you to the mental institution if you are. But anyway, I got the all black one. So again, the Noctua NHD 15, I believe, is the number, letter, whatever on that. So far, been really happy with that. Of course, I'm only a couple days into this upgrade, everyone, but yeah, so far that cooler is very quiet compared to my Corsair 360 AIO. Again, the CPU might have something to do with that. We're not having to crank that cooler up as much as we were on the 360 there with the 13900KF. Again, that 13900KF was a hot CPU oven. That Corsair just, yeah, you cannot keep that CPU cool. It would try for like a couple minutes and then like, nope, done. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. Did I really upgrade my computer? It's probably more of a sideways upgrade than anything, Evan, because, again, going from a 13900 KF to a Intel Core Ultra 265, the 13900 KF probably actually was more powerful. At least in benchmarks and that type of thing, I would guess. With that being said, I'm not noticing any performance difference here yet. So, in fact, if anything, Evan, I would say Farming Simulator is actually running way better here with the new CPU. The old CPU, I definitely would notice some hiccups every so often, and I have not noticed that here now. And then, like I said, definitely very happy with the sound level of my computer here as well. Now I can definitely hear the Boss Baby a lot more. Otherwise, oh my goodness, yeah. Like I said, that 13900KF, after a couple minutes there, the fans would just ramp up and that thing would take off like a jet engine and like, oh my goodness. I would be surprised if you folks didn't actually notice that in some of my videos, the sound of my computer. Hopefully you didn't, but I can definitely tell a major difference here. So, like I said, very, very happy with the upgrade here so far as the performance and the sound and the heat. Although today will be like the first good test of the heat. We'll see once after the computer runs here a little bit how hot the office gets. Again, so far not noticing anything at all here so far. So. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. I seen, oh, he's over there. Okay, let's hop over there real quick here in a moment, see what we got going on. Grain cart is empty. Perfect. Truck. Trying to get, there we go, get to the truck here. We'll just have you drive the course again. And I'm just going to send them both the same. That way he'll just hopefully stop there. Oh, I know. I'm going to try to click on the tractor. There we go. We'll bring the tractor back to the farm here in a minute. Gotta watch what the boss baby's doing here. She's on the floor. Normally she sits in the chair next to me, Evan, but she's not been as happy with that here as of late. So, like, see what she does on the floor here. And check out all the stuff she's getting into here. Having all kinds of fun getting into everything. Like, ooh, getting into this, getting into that. I know it's great, isn't it? My office isn't exactly the most baby-proof of rooms here. We have our kitchen, dining room, and living room, more or less baby-proof. So she pretty much has free roam of those rooms. But we don't usually just let her roam around in my office here or any of the other rooms typically. Oh, looks like we got, what, maybe a good half field done here so far. Making good progress on the baling. Again, we'll have to wait a good day or so for these bales to ferment. So, what are we, October? Yeah, probably December before we can really sell these bales. Ooh, the pH is... Wait, why is it bad right there? What in the world? Oh, that reminds me, obviously last episode there, let's go back here and check. Apparently, I did not have the soil information. Wow, speaking of soil information, by the way, we are, look at that, a 100 on this field. Whoa. Don't know what we did right on that field, that one, but... Interesting. And I'll be honest, I've seen these numbers higher, and I've got some ideas probably what it takes to get these hires, but I'm not exactly 100% sure either. Like, and you'll notice on like most of the fields I do have on, we're usually lacking in the same two things: weed control and tillage. I'm not entirely sure what is up with that one because obviously, most of my fields never have any weeds in them. So I don't know about you folks. I think I got my weeds pretty well under control, right? I mean, no weeds. That's yeah. Oh, we're stuck here again. Okay. Nope, come on now. Stuck good. There we go. Stuck good this time. Okay, back to my plowing tractor here. Oh. Oh, what happened here? Come on, back to the plowing tractor. There we go. Okay, not sure what happened there. That was kind of weird. Maybe I shouldn't say too much about this computer upgrade right away. Oh, well. Anyway, let's head over to the comment section in a moment and see what you folks had to say here for last episode. A reminder again, always enjoy reading all your comments, so if you got something to say, throw it down below. Also, don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button. As always, too, if you like the video, click that thumbs up icon there. And if you'd like to join us on our multiplayer servers, you can find our multiplayer server information down below in the description there. Again, anyone's welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow them rules. I just realized we ran out of steering line there, didn't we? Like, oh, crap. Seemed like that was a gentle enough curve. I thought we'd be able to just go around it here with steering, but apparently not. Speaking of which, is this just one headland pass on this field, or are we doing two? We are doing two. Okay, good to know. Yeah, so I got that field. Oh, and speaking of that field, by the way, that is field 9. I do have that one missing spot plowed here finally. I did finally get that, so that's done. We had obviously one missing strip there from the hired worker for some reason. Don't know what was up with that, but... Okay, starting off with the comments here. Dustin was saying, a good video. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Lewis Kabara was saying, a good video. Thank you very much for that as well. TJM Farming was saying, I saw you're on episode 15 of Alma already. So I came back to episode 1 to binge watch the series so far. Hey, very cool, very cool. Yeah, we're already, actually, what is this, episode 17? I think this is episode 17 here so far. I'm really bad at when I'm keeping track of what number I'm on. Obviously, until I'm done recording, like, oh, hey, we're on that number. Okay, so, but anyway. So, yeah, not exactly sure what number we are on here this episode. He was saying, in regards to header front speeds around the 17-minute mark there, I'm not sure how 10 miles per hour translates to kilometers. But speaking from experience here in Western Australia, we sometimes push our headers up to 15 kilometers per hour if the crop yields are not the best. And by the way, so 15 kilometers, Evan, it's about, I think it's 8.5, 9 miles an hour, somewhere in there. Maybe it's 9.5. somewhere between 9 and 9.5, without doing the exact conversion there. I know it's not exactly right, but you pretty much just multiply the the kilometers. The kilometers per hour by 0.6, I believe it is, right? I think that's, if I remember correctly on the numbers on that one. So 15 kilometers per hour times 0.6. For those of you like math out there, that should get you roughly in the ballpark, if I remember correctly. Anyway, continuing on with this comment here. All of the case combines we had, and both the STS combines on 936 Draper heads. Headland fine at that speed. The exception, he says, to this was the Gleaner R75. If you push that thing hard in the crop, particularly wheat, oats, and lupins, used to block up on the Draper because of abnormally small feeder house. Oh, that's right. I do remember that with the Gleaners. Yes, they do have, as one comment or complaint I've heard before, they have small feeder houses, apparently. And for those who may be not familiar with the feeder house is the part that connects the head to the combine. It's that, basically that section there. Okay, doing a horrible job driving here. Don't know I need GPS, right? Can't drive myself, apparently. There we go. Okay. Get myself lined up a little better here. Anyway, continue on here. TJM Farming obviously left a rather lengthy comment here. Again, always enjoy reading all your comments. So, yeah, definitely enjoy reading this. He says, I'll probably fact check myself on this in regard to the Johnny later this year when we finally have a successful crop for the first time in 3 years with the 9760 STS. Says we wish we had a proper 936 head to go with the STS combine. And Farming Simulator, as I prefer those over the tin auger heads I'm told are prone to rusting out if left out in real life. Interesting. And also, you said the first time in 3 years, huh? That's not a good thing. I assume droughts or something have probably been the cause of this. Speaking of droughts, we're in a pretty good drought where I live here at the moment. Some of the corn out in the field is definitely not looking particularly good here. It might be getting to the point where we're, it's getting a little too late. Like, if we don't get rain, like, now, some of the corn I don't think is going to make it. Next comment here from Christopher. Christopher was saying, a good video. Keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. Dustin was also saying, good video. And then Kentucky Farmer here was saying, I think the 45-foot header is probably too big for auto drive to unload on the combine on the go. That could very well be. I don't know if that would necessarily stop auto drive from doing it. Might make things a little messy, but yeah. That is very well possible. It would be nice to have a little bit longer pipe on that combine there. That pipe does not seem to be quite long enough for that that head. That being said, I mean, that combine's technically should be more than large enough and capable of running a head of that size, at least if you ask me anyway. Not sure what I did the first time around here, but all kinds of missing stuff over here. Clean this up here a little bit. Well, I've been looking at the time here. Looks like it is unfortunately time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching, and till next time.